strong.
Japan and the Philippines convened a landmark defense summit on equipment transfer and technology cooperation. The event marked not just a continuation of existing bilateral ties but a bold step forward towards shaping a new era of defense collaboration. The Philippine delegation was led by Undersecretary for Acquisition and Resource Management Salvador Melchor B. Mizon Jr., who represented the Department of National Defense and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. On the Japanese side, Deputy Commissioner Nishiwaki Osamu of the Acquisition Technology and Logistics Agency stood as the key representative. The presence of such senior figures underscored the seriousness of the talks and the determination of both nations to move beyond dialogue into concrete cooperation. The timing of this summit was highly significant. Across the Indo-Pacific, regional tensions continue to mount, driven by maritime disputes, great power rivalry, and evolving security challenges. The Philippines, an archipelagic state with limited resources but a strategically vital location, has been accelerating its military modernization program. Japan, long constrained by its pacifist constitution, has in recent years redefined its strategic posture to play a more proactive role in ensuring regional stability. This convergence of interests provided the perfect backdrop for the landmark dialogue. Discussions were not limited to vague pledges of cooperation. For the first time, the possibility of transferring refurbished Japanese defense equipment to the Philippines took center stage. Such transfers had been debated in policy circles for years, but only now are they edging closer to reality. Central to the talks were two specific platforms: the Type 74 main battle tank and the Subaru UH-1J helicopter, both long-serving assets of Japan's self-defense forces that remain capable even after decades of use. For the Philippine Army, the introduction of the Type 74 would be nothing short of transformative. At present, the Army has no true main battle tank capability, relying instead on light armored vehicles, wheeled APCs, and infantry fighting vehicles. While the Type 74 is not on par with modern tanks like Japan's Type 10 or the US M1 Abrams, it nonetheless offers respectable firepower, armor protection, and mobility. Even a modest number of these tanks could allow the Philippine Army to experiment with armored doctrine, establish training programs for tank crews, and gradually integrate heavy armor into its operational planning. Equally important is the potential transfer of the Subaru UH-1J helicopter to the Philippine Air Force. Based on the globally renowned UH-1 Huey design, the UH-1J incorporates advanced avionics and improved engines developed under Japanese license. For the Philippines, where rotary wing assets are stretched thin across multiple missions, additional helicopters would bring badly needed capacity. They could serve in troop transport, medical evacuation, logistics, disaster relief, and counterinsurgency operations, roles that remain critical in a country prone to natural disasters and internal conflicts. Yet the symbolism of these potential transfers outweighs the hardware itself. What Manila is seeking is not merely surplus equipment, but a bridge to closer cooperation with Japan's highly advanced defense establishment. By engaging in discussions on technology sharing, logistic support, and training, both sides are laying the groundwork for a defense partnership that extends far beyond procurement. This is about building trust, interoperability, and long-term institutional ties that will endure through changing political landscapes. From the Philippine perspective, the initiative is fully aligned with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s foreign and security policy vision. His administration has emphasized the importance of cultivating strong ties with like-minded nations that uphold international law and a rules-based order in the region. Japan, as both a historic partner and a rising security actor in East Asia, fits perfectly into this framework. For Manila, Tokyo is not just an ally in name, but a potential partner in capability development and strategic resilience. For Japan, too, the significance is clear. Tokyo has been steadily moving away from its strict post-war defense limitations, adopting a more assertive role in regional security affairs. Its free and open Indo-Pacific strategy envisions a network of partnerships with nations like the Philippines, designed to deter aggression and ensure stability across key maritime routes. By supporting the modernization of the Philippine military, Japan strengthens a frontline partner situated near critical flashpoints such as the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait. This evolving partnership also builds upon a long history of cooperation. Japan has consistently been one of the Philippines' top sources of development assistance, with projects ranging from infrastructure to capacity building under the Japan International Cooperation Agency. In the defense sphere, Tokyo has already provided maritime patrol vessels and supported humanitarian operations in the Philippines. But while these past efforts were mostly non-lethal and civilian-focused, the current talks represent a bold shift, the direct provision of military-grade hardware and defense technology. Such a shift carries deep implications. It signals that both countries trust each other enough to cross the threshold from general assistance to serious defense cooperation. It suggests that Tokyo now views Manila not merely as a recipient of aid, but as a genuine partner in shaping regional security architecture. And for the Philippines, it represents a chance to accelerate its defense modernization without being entirely dependent on Western suppliers, thereby diversifying its portfolio of partners. If finalized, the transfer of Type 74 tanks and UH-1J helicopters would mark a milestone in Japan-Philippines relations, possibly serving as a model for Japan's engagement with other Southeast Asian states. However, the path forward will not be without challenges. Japan still faces domestic legal and political hurdles concerning arms exports, despite recent reforms. Meanwhile, the Philippines must contend with budget constraints, training requirements, and the integration of new platforms into its existing force structure. Nevertheless, the tone of this landmark defense summit was one of optimism. Both parties expressed confidence that the foundations laid during the dialogue would soon yield tangible outcomes. Under Secretary Mizon, speaking for Secretary of National Defense Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr., reiterated the Philippines' strong commitment to this cooperative framework. Mr. Nishiwaki Osamu, for his part, emphasized Japan's determination to work closely with the Philippines in pursuit of peace and stability. The Indo-Pacific today is marked by uncertainty, great power competition, and shifting alliances. Against this backdrop, smaller and middle powers like the Philippines are seeking reliable partners to safeguard their sovereignty. Japan, with its advanced industry and growing willingness to contribute to collective security, offers exactly that kind of partnership. For both nations, collaboration is not only beneficial, it is necessary. This landmark defense summit thus stands as a pivotal moment in regional defense diplomacy. It showed that cooperation between Japan and the Philippines is moving from aspiration to implementation. It demonstrated that both countries recognize the stakes involved in the current geopolitical landscape. And it affirmed their shared belief that peace can best be preserved through preparation and partnership. In the years ahead, much will depend on how quickly agreements are translated into action. Tanks and helicopters alone will not determine the outcome of regional security contests. But the trust, interoperability, and strategic alignment built through such cooperation will shape the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. Japan and the Philippines are no longer content to remain passive observers. They are positioning themselves as active shapers of the region's future. Ultimately, this partnership reflects a broader truth: in an era of uncertainty, nations that share values and strategic interests must stand together. For Manila and Tokyo, the road ahead is not without obstacles, but the direction is clear. They are becoming true strategic partners, preparing together, learning together, and ensuring that the peace of the Indo-Pacific is defended not by words alone, but by concrete action.